That's it. Wait, always have to wait for that little blue bar up there. Anyway, we are live. Today is Wednesday, the 12th of December, 2018. We have two people via Andrew. We have Andrew from the Boogie Man Channel and JONNY5.
JONNY5. God, I love that name. It's good to see everyone. Thank you for joining us.
And our Patricia. Hi, Patricia. And
am I finally going to get to meet Patricia? Who is this lady that we hear so much about but never see? Where is she?
She might just have some noise going on in the background, so she doesn't put her camera, her thing on very often. I think she might, her son's there or whatever, so she's just a bit busy maybe in the background.
Be honest, have you killed her eons ago?
No, Patricia's got a big voice. Patricia talks lots sometimes, and even when you don't think she's there, she's there.
I just, every time I've been on, I've heard Patricia's name. I was like, ooh, I'm going to get to see Patricia this time. Not this time. So, Patricia, know that we love you, even though I have not yet seen you. One of these days, I know it's going to happen. I really do have faith. But today, we're talking about UFOs. Johnny, I think you need to start out with the latest. Karen had just mirrored one of your videos. And when she did, it was pretty damn amazing. I don't know if you have that thing queued up or not. But, oh, actually, what am I thinking? I'm the one that's playing all your videos. Let me queue it up for you.
Let me, I got that.
You what? What was
I have
that?
that email up as well, so I can tell you which one it is.
Yeah, I forgot that you would email me all your links. So, sorry, give me a second while I open up my email.
It's cool. It's the first link.
All right. So, what is the name of that bad boy?
It's one of the last ones.
I couldn't really see anything.
All right. Is it the T3RB turning into the moon after?
Yeah.
And that's the one?
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, here we go.
I just moved the camera for a minute, just in case. Right. Just make sure you can do it. And then right, he's going to screen share.
Hey, you want to move that camera? Sorry.
I've done it. It's on Patricia.
Oh, okay. All right. Let me screen share real quick. All right, here we go. And so this video is from our boy, Kevin, a.k.a. JONNY5. Check it out.
Right, you ready now then? Hang on, I'll put it over.
Put the volume down. I don't know if it's copywritten music.
No problem whatsoever.
Okay, turn the music off.
No music, no sound. Here we go. Can you guys see my screen?
We can.
All right, here we go. So, you want to narrate this video for us, buddy?
Sure. This is the day after Thanksgiving, and I was just coming in, maybe 1 in the morning, and the cloud it's showing right there, it just seemed to be on, kind of like a 6. It looks like the clouds behind it have light on them somehow. I don't know. Started recording it, and was coming out of it. It started to look electric.
Boogie.
I don't want to spoil it, but it was pretty awesome. To 6 of these triangular craft that kind of come out of nowhere. I'll let it run from here, and I'll
all right,
go on from what's on the screen. It ends up expected to do, that's for sure. No clouds out, there was no nothing out. That's why this definitely stuck out.
Yeah, look at all those colors, man.
Yeah, dude, it gets really weird. I wish I could have got a better camera. I had to switch cameras because I ran out of power in my actual camera, so it's off my cell phone. But
don't you love that? God, it's like Jesus Christ himself could be coming out of heaven. It'll be the only time you're ever going to get a footage of Jesus Christ himself, and your phone dies. That's just the way it works. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad I went and got the other camera because I really didn't expect all this to happen. And you can see them starting to come in now, about 3 of them, and I think there's a 4th one. Green. in the middle. And anyhow, this thing carried on for about, and it might have took about 5 minutes. And it's really kind of unbelievable what happened, because it turns into the moon. These things right here turn into the moon somehow. It never rose. It just, they turn into clouds, and then it turns into the moon. And that sounds crazy, but that's what it is.
I mean, look at all these lights. Look at all this like electromagnetism that's happening right in front of our eyes. You know what I mean?
It's the moon rendering, isn't it?
One thing I noticed too was that it had a lot of characteristics later in this video that reminded me of Kit from Knight Rider. And how that light kept going back and forth. Yeah. Did you notice that too before?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Right here too, the one in the middle, it actually gets pretty bright on that at the top.
Yeah.
One of them looks like a helicopter.
What shape would you say?
I don't get the helicopter. Where's the helicopter?
I'll show you. There, the second one in. When it's there, that looks a bit like a helicopter. It looks like it, but I know it turns into a ship, so it's not a helicopter. But when I first watched it, I thought, oh, that looks like a helicopter. The second one in with it's got one on top and one below it.
Yeah, I could see that.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Any sound, and I've never seen any helicopters turn into a cloud, but it's a possibility.
I've never seen clouds illuminate like this in the pitch dark either, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, it was bright. It was so, you know, if you would have been there, it definitely, this doesn't do it much justice. It was so colorful, you know, to your eye, but coming into the screen, and these things are turning into the clouds right now. It's definitely probably one of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
For sure, we're starting to
some weird things.
Yeah, we're uncovering so many technologies that are cloud-based. We're realizing that clouds are the cloaking technology.
Here we go.
They perfected it.
I mean, look what it's doing. It's insane.
Yeah.
About this and didn't record it, no, you would have never believed it. You would have understood what I was saying.
No, never. What is it about?
Okay. On shit now.
We know recently that there's more. Whoa!
Look, it's a ship, or what is that? The ISS space station? It's something like that. Look, it's a ship.
What just happened there? What just happened there, bro?
When it does that, it's actually just the editing. Okay. Wrong, and when I changed the cameras, I did that as well.
I was gonna say, I was like, dude, that thing.
But no, not that. No.
Okay.
One piece, right? It looks like one ship actually turning into a cloud. The moon that comes out is so bright, I almost couldn't look at it. I edited out about maybe a minute, and it's turned into this mess right here.
Wow. And this is
mind you, the horizon's a lot lower below that, so this moon's coming out of nowhere.
And this is in the pitch dark. This is in the pitch dark too, correct?
Absolutely.
I think Enoch is a lot more real than I believed it was originally. I wasn't that into Enoch, but I know the moon appears like that, like through a veil. It renders in front of you, and 1 minute it can be there, and the next minute, 1 minute it's not there, and the next minute it's there.
Yeah, it's
crazy. That's crazy.
This
it just kept on getting brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter, and then it was up for the night.
How long did you record it for?
At maximum 7 minutes, 8 minutes. All that happened from a pitch sky, nothing in. There was no clouds, no nothing to this.
Damn. And all this happened.
It was pretty intense.
Yeah, it's very intense. What I
had my heart racing. I won't lie. It was an experience.
Yeah, man. Because I'm looking at this, I would have thought this was the moon. Period. You know what I mean?
What it was, but yeah, I hear you.
No, it's a matrix, isn't it? In a matrix.
Damn.
I mean, it's something like that. It's got to be. I mean, this doesn't happen in, I don't know, I guess, regular, what you would think is, but It looked like it was sitting on a platform too at the bottom of the moon, and it's been looking like that. It definitely looked like that in person.
Well, I'm here to tell you, buddy. It is sitting on a platform. Okay.
Yeah. I've seen
The sun, the moon, the stars—they're all on some sort of tethered track system or platform. Trust me on that shit. Yep. Oh, I wish it wasn't
That's
true.
pretty much the end of it. I mean, continue.
All right.
I kind of went in after that.
What am I seeing? That line that's
I
going.
just saw.
That line that's going across, is that the horizon of like a mountain?
I don't know
or
what that is, man. That's just that it just came coming from it. Have you never seen the sun or moon like that? The sun does it a lot.
Where it looks like it's almost sitting on like a mountain or behind it a little?
The sun's got one that goes up and down, like straight up and down, like vertically through it. I actually have video of that as well. But seen that before? I see it all the time.
Oh no, I see it all the time too, buddy. Dude, I am Mr. Tether and Track System. You're talking to the right guy.
Yeah, I know.
Andrew, don't forget to tell me when you're actually going off, because I think if you put that down, it will show the link. So just let me know when you're going to move something, because
okay, you can go ahead and go on to someone else real quick. Let me close it.
I'm Patricia.
Actually, you know what? Let me just bring up his next one. Let's look at his next video, and then I'll bring up a few.
Next one on there was the moon.
Yeah, the moon.
That one. I don't know what to say about that.
The one that is, it says the moon is a hologram technology. That one?
Go to a minute 35 mark.
Yeah, okay. You got it.
I can put you back on now, can I? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. We didn't go anywhere. All right. So we're going to a minute 35 here. Why a minute 35? Wait, you don't like the other stuff?
You played on. No, you played on. Where the moon thing started, where the actual email.
Do you mind if we play the whole thing?
No, for sure. Go for it.
All right, fucking. All right. So just know, everyone, that as we watch this, when we get to a minute 35, that's when the important stuff happens. But let's look at everything else he's got on here. There are definitely a lot of towers, pyramids, and weird structures on the moon. I've always wondered if they're holographic or what they are, you know?
Oh, man, this is the first time I've ever had something to get this close to the moon, so definitely experienced too. I didn't know I'm on there.
Are you getting this?
I'm looking at them.
Are you getting this close with? Whoa, nice one. What was that?
What was that?
Hold on.
Oh, 6,000.
Wow. What do we have here? Okay. Now, let me explain to everyone. You're going to want to say that that's an insect or that's a bird that's in front of the lens. Well, when dealing in bigger lenses, guys, you need to remember something. You cannot focus on things here on Earth, okay? Just so everyone knows. Most of the lenses, most of the telescopes that I have do not have a focal distance of anything less than 60 miles. And so I have the same lens he has, and it's a 500 to 1,000 millimeter with two 2x telephoto converters, making it what? 4,000 millimeters, guys. You are not focusing on a bird or an insect or anything of that nature. Anything that you're seeing here is well in between us and the moon, mostly towards the moon. I just want everyone to know that.
In the shot as well. I'll point it out if I did.
Yeah,
shadow on the moon, anyhow.
Look at that thing. Nice.
Just inverted.
Wow. That is beautiful.
It kicks up. You can see it kick up in the last shot, and a little bit here. You can see it kick up something on the moon, like dust or whatever. But in the first shot, it was showing right after the still shot. It shows a lot of dust or something being kicked up from that thing.
I wonder what it is.
I'm going to put a video up later as well with Robert Forsch putting he put a video out. Well, I've saw a video today with him with the sun rendering. It's just, it looks like it's echoing and, you know, like it's repeating. I'll do it and I'll put it up later. Same thing. It's just weird, isn't it? It's all weird, isn't it? Come on. What are we living in? Come on.
Now this is where it gets weird. All right. Let's see.
So this is where it starts to show this thing rendering itself. Now what's going to happen is there's these orbs, pointed out to the moon somehow, and it's not the sun catching something off in the distance. You'll see, and it even looks 2D.
It never is. Yeah. People always want to believe that, but in reality, that's not what it is. Yeah.
As far over as it goes, the moon's not rotating like first off for the sun to hit it to make it. You'll see.
No, I know. Trust me.
Different colors. Yeah, they're all different colors, but they all come in the same sets of colors, like sets of 4. They are now. Just watch what they finish as. Like nowhere near what it started up. I don't know what this even is.
This is another reason why we know that the moon, those waves that we see is not atmospheric, okay? And the reason why we know that is because when we look at the ISS feeds of the Earth, you don't get the same atmospheric waves. You don't get them when you look at Mars or Venus or Neptune or you name it.
That's the 4 orbs right there. That's what they that was 4 orbs, not 2. Yeah.
Oh, that's T3RB here, buddy. Look at that.
It's the entire here. I forget what you call the line right there between where the light's hitting it and anyways.
The Terminator
up
line.
And down that line though, you're gonna see yes. Up and down that line you'll see sets of these orbs just continuously doing that.
Wow.
I think I have it here for like another minute or so, maybe max, but it'll show up a few more times of it turning into craters and what have you, mountains, whatever the hell it's supposed to be.
My guess is when we see these atmospheric waves, like people call them, what I think they are 2 different separate images trying to stay synced, right? Because the moon has a holographic canopy over top of it, over top of a flat surface of the moon.
And have you seen my pictures of it was with a mobile phone, and they don't often take great pictures, they just don't, but this one did, and then I just saturated it a bit, and you can see that the moon looks like a chocolate chip cookie with this light source behind it.
That sounds about right. Yep.
It actually looks like a cookie.
Yeah, there's something different about the moon, something that levels the playing field when it comes to the control system, right? It allows everyone to understand that there's lies in the skies, and it starts with the moon. And if you can understand the moon, you can understand the control system around us. I really have always believed that.
Some kind of grid system underneath it. Like I said, it's laid out like a grid, and the camera enough. And you go back and you rewatch it, you can see it's not pixelation. It's a lot bigger than that. First off, but I'll have to send you a picture of it, man. But it's just and it even goes beyond the moon. It goes just beyond into the darkness, right where these start off at. So it seems like something's being projected onto coordinates on it for them to know what goes where and blah blah blah. That's what it looks like. I don't know what it's for, but that's what I get out of it.
Wild, dude. Wild. I'm loving it, man. All right. Let's look at some more, shall we? All right.
Yeah, that next one on there is that tether incident thing.
Yep, it sure is. Okay, the next one is called the ISS footage of fake space tether incident. Are you ready? Here we go. Nice collection.
Yeah, this is off the ISS.
This is a nice collection of videos so far, buddy. I'm having a good time.
Cool. Yeah, I don't even look for this stuff. It's literally all just falls in my lap. I just happen to have the camera or 4:30 in the morning, and I just happened to check the ISS feed. It was like the second camera. I've never seen it show.
Is this the one that we see the planet that's being parachuted back down to Earth?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, all the other brighten up and illuminates. Okay, what are we looking at?
I don't know what these are. Those showed up for a couple of, I don't know. Well, there were these, they showed up for about a week or two, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, maybe max. But then what's seconds is really of the video.
All right. Yes. So this is the video where we see an actual planet-sized object being parachuted back down to Earth. This is one of my favorites. This is the one I was trying to get you to send me one day.
I think I did send it. I sent you an email to tell you where you could find it or what minute mark it was at. I'm sure it got lost in there, but
yes, sir. Sure it did.
It looks like it's on a when it starts to move right here, it looks like it's on some kind of space elevator, like right here. This looks just like you're on an elevator.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And this is a live feed. In the middle here somewhere, actually calm down. It shows that it's literally coming from the ISS, from the live feed, and all that good stuff. Like I verify all that stuff.
And anyone that's been paying attention to my channel can look at these balls with these holes in the center, and you should know what they are. And they start with the word Bucky and end with the word balls. I am all over Bucky balls lately, man.
These things, I mean, that's supposedly, you know, after you watch the tether incident video, the original one from, what is it, like 95 or 96 or something?
96, yep.
From NASA. And then I caught this only one night, and there was no explanation when it went off. There was nothing, no words explaining, you know, what it was, why it was shown. Heard or seen anything about it since?
I don't know if we can trust anything that they send us, really, can we?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of like, it's one of those Freemason things. It's like, it's 80% lie, 20% truth, you know? It's weird. There's this thing called masterfully speaking. And as long as they are masterfully speaking, they're allowed to tell the truth as long as it's cloaked in lies. If that makes sense.
Andrew, I don't think that when you're watching the ISS that any of that is real. I think that's all computer generated. You know, there's a few months ago, I got a link and they had Michael Jackson and then they had him talking and then they took his voice and they stuck it on Trump and everybody else and they all were talking exactly the same. Their faces were moving, everything. And then they took other voices, switched them all around, and it makes it look like they're just the other people. And I think this is what they're doing. They're using a program like that, which is fake. So then you have to have a picture of them, don't they? And then they create, this is why there's glitches and things.
All right, so let me reiterate.
It's a computer.
I meant other things. ISS is 100% fake. There's other things
I don't know why NASA would show anything like this. Or even if this was a microscope, why would they show any of this? I don't understand. So
I don't know.
Why would they show paused astronauts? Why would they show an astronaut paused? Why would they show them actually touching the ISS? It's material. It's material.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. I don't know what the hell this is.
It's a reality toy. Like, goodness sake, what is that trying to change us into?
This is.
If this is space, I don't know where we are. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty weird if you sit there and think about it. I believe this to be more space than what they say it is. Anyways, we can't get out there, so really it could be anything.
It could be anything. You're right, though. It looks like it's underneath the microscope, if anything.
Yeah.
The thing is, it goes so deep, though. Watch, there's certain points where they adjust the focus, and I mean, it goes. You can tell how deep it is. It's not under a microscope. I'm positive about that because of the way they focus in on it. But But those things go on forever. Those things are in there forever.
What do you think it is then? And where they're shooting?
Man, I don't have no. And the thing is, it's kind of hard to tell by the way it's being replayed on screen, but around just a little bit, like they're alive almost. You kind of tell right here. Just what they are, but or you can tell it's right off the ISS. But it should focus in at some point, like I said, pretty soon. If it goes to basically produce that on a microscope.
You've definitely stumped me. You've definitely caused more questions than answers on this one.
Yeah, for sure. On this, yeah.
What the Boogie Man think?
Now that's a buckyball. No,
I think I caught one the other day, man, out beside tonight, right beside Venus. Whatever it was shape of a buckyball.
I'm telling you, Venus, at least in the summertime, when the sun is just going down and you can see this very bright. Go ahead.
Go ahead. My bad. I wasn't trying to cut you off. I was trying to show you it's focusing on a little bit deeper part.
Yeah. During the summertime months, when you see the sun going down and this bright yellow star-looking thing, right? When you zoom in on it, this is what you see right here. You see these buckyball objects that they're trying to pass off as, say, places like Venus or Mercury. And it's just like, come on, it doesn't look anything like a planet.
Can I say something else? Dave Marsh had his camera, and when a star is out of focus, it looks like that.
Yep. And that's what I was trying to explain in my last few videos was there's a million ways to focus on a star, right? Now, the way they want you to focus in on it, it shows all these legs of light shooting out from every single solitary angle. Now, if that was really in focus, then why is the moon not focused like that? Why is the sun not focused like that? You know what I mean?
That's true.
And it's like, come on, dude. Like, focus it the way it's supposed to be focused. And when you do, you see buckyball all day, baby. All day.
How can you get something that's supposed to be, millions and millions of miles away? How can you focus in on that? First off, that's kind of weird.
You can't
do that, but
dude, the sun, it's 9 a.m. on the East Coast. It's 6 a.m. on the West Coast. The sun can't even illuminate 2,500 miles, let alone, over 20 trillion miles away. Like, get the hell out of here. Come on.
I've got plenty of, I don't know if people believe in that. I know you do with the sun simulator stuff, but in the local sun, I have the sun in the middle of and they start to do like a vortex around the sun. In the middle, like 100%, there's no denying it. It actually starts to move pretty quick. And it punctures a hole through the clouds behind it and just exits out the cloud that way.
Huh.
If you watch that video and don't think that the sun's local, something's wrong with you.
Yeah. I've got so many clouds beyond the sun.
Can I say something? I have to have seen the high altitude balloon ones where the sun is in the black. But I've seen so much footage from even like, say, Robert Forsh, when it's actually just rendering in front, turns into like a lava lamp, and then eventually sort of parts from the sea, even though it's not in the sea, but that's what it's doing at the same time, and then moves off like a lava lamp. So this is all crazy. It's there. It's miles ahead of him, a few miles ahead of him over there, rendering.
Yeah.
So why is it in the black as well then, when it's actually in the clouds? Is this because it's actually different dimensions? There's a fourth dimension thing going on here.
There is a video going around right now, and that video is showing a moon that is coming out of the ground in Antarctica. And
I heard about that.
You heard about that one?
Yeah. That's what Stan Smith's showing, isn't it?
Well, the problem with that moon is it's not the same moon as what we know in the sky. So
that's a bit weird.
Yeah, there's more than one moon out there. There's got to be.
Well, I think that I think I was talking, you know, like about how we see the stars. If they're miles, when I saw this high altitude one at night and the stars were below, the stars are just there in front of the camera. So how can they be with you? Yeah. So I could say, yeah, you've got your stars and we've got ours. Well, like what we see, the rendering, whatever it is. But then if you get in an aeroplane, it all goes with you. So what are we in?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't get me started on the fact that when you're on a plane, you can't even see stars above your head. I don't know. In my opinion, that lets us know that the stars are much further down in elevation than what we give them credit for sure.
Yeah, they're miles away, maybe 10, 15 miles away.
Possibly. We'll never
Actually,
know.
I've seen them drop down. I've watched them drop down to about 2,000 feet before. That on video as well, from, you know, way up there down to about
2,000 feet? Because that seems awfully low, but it doesn't seem out of the question because honestly, there's been.
I could have flown my drone above it for sure, for a fact.
Really?
I hit it with the laser pointer. Actually, it's actually a pretty good video.
Dude, I would love to see that video. Oh my God. You would put so much shit to rest with that video.
What, are you going to play it then?
It's playing. Am I playing the same thing?
Yeah, you're playing well, whatever they are. Because what is it? It's not in a petri dish, but it looks a bit like that with the little dots.
Let me try again. All right, we're playing the next video here. Everyone stand by. Sorry.
You can go to that one. I don't know if everybody knows what that is.
Let's see if this is the different one. Got some good stuff here, buddy. Good stuff.
Man, I got a lot.
And so this is Kevin's apartment, everybody. For all you single ladies out there, if you guys want to come over, hang out. This is
I couldn't hear you, man.
I said this is Kevin's apartment. So for all you single ladies out there that want to come over and see it for yourself, just submit your name and your phone number. And so what are we showing here, Kevin? Break this down for us. Kevin?
Hello?
Kevin?
Damn.
Did we lose him? Let me see. 1 second, please. Let me just make sure. Uh-oh, I think I lost him. Let me open up Discord again. Hold, please. I'm not sure why he gave us a video of his apartment, but
You'll see.
Are you there, buddy? Johnny.
Oh.
Okay. We're back.
He's there.
All right. So we're playing a video of your apartment. I'm trying to figure out why. Any feedback on that? Okay. Good talking to you, buddy. There he is. All right. All right, buddy. So we're going to get Kevin on the phone here instead of Discord because it's just not working. All right. Karen, can you still hear me?
We can hear you.
You have reached voicemail box of.
All right. So we can't reach Kevin. All right. Let's see. There he is. Hey, buddy.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. All right.
Okay.
So what
do I need to mute anything?
I'm sorry?
Are we good? I don't need to mute the computer or anything?
No, mute. Yeah, definitely mute the computer. But I will describe which video we're looking at and why. Okay?
Yeah, right on. Yeah.
Okay. So right now I have brought up a video called Local Sun Inside the Clouds with Black Drones Surrounding the Sun. Okay.
Right. Let me, okay, yeah, because I'm going to pull it up, try to pull it up on my cell phone at the same time. But, so the one you're looking at is, let's see. Oh yeah, okay, right on. This one's actually pretty cool. This is the one where actually the sun is in the middle of the clouds, and it actually will puncture a hole through the clouds behind it, showing you that it's in front of the clouds. And then meanwhile, all around the sun, if you look, there are these little black, you know, the little black drones that fly around. They're covered. They're all over the clouds. And I have a lot of other videos that will actually show those. Probably could have shown them before that, so they knew what it was. But they'll be able to see them for sure. And they're like in these tubes or these sacks that are on top of the clouds. It's really weird.
All right. Well, we are standing by. And yes, there is a real drone problem. A lot of people don't know this, but there are drones all over the place. There are
thousands, more than thousands. There's tons of them.
Yep. And they are over our heads and they're around our bodies and they are working off the AI and the Internet of Things. I call them the worker bees. And for good reason.
Yeah. Yeah, they're above your head right now. Whoever's listening right now, they're above your head right now. They're above your head by there's probably 100 over your head right now. Like, no joke.
Easily. My question is, though, who the hell's making them?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I've seen video from back in whenever video first started, I don't know, the 40s or 30s, and they're in those videos if you actually look. You don't really care. No one ever cares to look, and I forgot why I actually stumbled across that. But all the nuclear testing and all that stuff, if you look at any nuclear testing or original footage from Antarctica when they first got down there and they first brought a camera down there, you will see, 100, 200 of them in any 30-minute video easily. I think I basically pressed pause one day, and it happened to catch 2 or 3 of them right in the middle of the screen. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, so then I just continued on, and it's on more and more. And I think they date back since, I think they were here before us, basically.
I think they're source technology. I think you're right. I think it's just technology that was here before the flood and all that good stuff. Obviously, I think we're lied to about our history and all that. And, even Bob Lazar, like I was telling you, Bob Lazar was on whatever the other day, and he said that the UFOs that they had were pristine and that they weren't shot down and they weren't gifted to them. They got them from an archaeological dig. So that just shows you that obviously we're being lied to, and there was a lot of technology around here, before we got here and before the flood and all that stuff. So there's a lot of stuff going on we don't know about. Yeah, there's tons we don't know about. And the one thing I've noticed, anyone who wants to record these drones and prove it to you for yourself, what you're going to need to do is set your camera at 1/1000th of a second, okay? Yeah. That's how fast these guys move, all right? So once you set your camera to that setting, you too will be able to catch these drones. Now,
and they buzz right over your head too, right over your head. They're quick.
Yep, and you're going to have to, after you're done recording them, you are going to have to go through frame by frame, and you're going to have to pick them out frame by frame. You're gonna have to figure it out. You'll see what I mean.
It's not that hard though. Once you find that first one, you can't unsee them, and you'll start to see them every day.
Oh yeah, they're there. Some of them look like sperm. It's really weird.
They actually, you know what? They actually change. It sounds, I'm gonna go crazy and crazier, but they actually can change shape and take form of like a bird. And I got some real good video of that. I've got crystal clear images of that happening.
Birds, planes.
The blackbird, they're always jet black.
When I put this video out, a few people said that looked like a chest X-ray.
I can't hear it.
She said when she put this video out, people said it looked like a chest X-ray, and now I know exactly why. I can see it.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. It does look like that.
Me and my group, everyone said it looked like a butthole.
He's the one that put it out. I was just pointing things out on it. That's all.
Yeah. Guys, I have bad news. My aunt has just rolled up, and I need to go help her bring her things inside. Is there any way I could keep this running so you guys can keep talking?
Yeah, I can't see anything, but I can keep talking.
And you don't have a God, you don't have a camera, do you?
Is it any way to stop the video though? Because I don't know where it's going to go afterwards. Because they're only just stay to the end of this video and then maybe just put your icon. Well, I don't know, just put your icon on or something, and we can talk a bit more to Johnny.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
What is this?
I didn't come. I have to come on Google Chrome to be able to share, and I have a problem. My computer gets a bit slow.
I think, right?
Say again, Johnny.
If I hop back on Discord right now, I'm trying to think how that would work. If I hop back on Discord, I can actually. I think it might make it a little bit easier.
Okay.
I don't have to be talking through the phone.
Yeah.
Let me hang up on you real quick.
It's better like this, though. It sounds okay like this. There's no dropping out or anything.
All right. Well,
I'll just take it off for a minute. I'll put it on Patricia, and then you finish. Put it just on something. Just even if you leave it there, just with just a picture. Just stop the video there if you like, and then. We just talk for another 10, 15 minutes. It doesn't matter we're not on for 3 hours, and it's just the way it is, isn't it? It's just we've had a hangout. We've done it. Linked up. So it's really great. And it was good seeing your stuff, Johnny. Kevin.
He is an amazing man. I really like the stuff that he presents. I really do. And he is jumping on Discord again one more time. He's going to see if it works a little bit better this time. If it does not, all we can do is hang up after that. Johnny, you there? Johnny. You
can hear me?
Yep, there he is. All right. So, guys, this is where I part ways with you. I love you guys.
You're just going to leave that there, are you? Like that, not playing. You're going to stop it. Just stop it, and then that'll freeze on that, and we've got a picture.
Okay, sounds good. All right, you guys, I got to go help the aunt.
Andrew, you might be back though. You might be back on the hangout or not. You're going now.
No, I have to. I'll come back in like 20 minutes. Sound good?
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back, guys. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Johnny.
Okay. I can't tell. Well, actually, give me a second. I might be able to pull it up. Should be able to. Yeah,
you'll just see that picture that he's left if you go to the hangout, but don't put the hangout on because it'll reverb, I think. But like, is that like, I didn't ask you, but I was putting one out from Sweden like that. Is that the one from Sweden, or is that your own one?
No, that's the one from Sweden, and somebody else was critiquing it or something like that, and this little black, they paused it. There's like a little black UFO thing that's spinning or going around it. Pointed that out. No one ever saw it that I know of. Or not. No.
Oh, I didn't see it either. But then she had a 2 on there, and I thought the other day, I'll put the other one on, and then you can see it sort of go into it almost. When there was a video out on Facebook today or yesterday when they're in France or somewhere on the top of the ski thing, and then they've got that great big sundog, a sundog and a sundog and and that. Well, it sort of looks a bit like that, but you're not seeing it quite like that. There's 2 light sources.
I have no clue how how that's made. I'm clueless how that's done. But I can tell you that the one that I put up that I guess you were looking at just a second ago, another filter on it towards the end, and at the very top there's where it's darker there at the top.
Yeah.
Top and then straight down, how it makes like a line right down into the trees. You can see that first off, it's in front of the trees at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's in front of the trees, and then when I put the filter over, you can tell whenever he comes back, maybe he'll play the video. But on my It's on my page too. I don't know if you can go there and play off that. You might be able to do that.
I said I didn't come through Google. I didn't come through the Google thing. I came through something else, so I can't share. I can't share on this one. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We've seen some amazing videos of yours, and we're talking about this one. I've got a few things to say about this one, but carry on. Yeah, I hadn't noticed that myself. I thought, but I can see it now because we've stopped it. It's in front of the trees.
And
I will say something else.
They are claiming up and down that this is Planet X coming in, and this is for sure. It's here, and I don't know where they get that from, but I mean, this is obviously in front of the trees. And like I said, when I put the filter on it, there's something going on with it. Either sound like a nice lady and everything, but you might have been lying because I can tell you right now that it comes out digital. It's just something we don't know about that's digital. I don't know, but it's not Planet X. I can tell you that.
Well, the thing is, though, that I've been. Someone also put. They were up on a bridge thing, and there was a rainbow, and the rainbow was a circle in front of them, not a half circle. They saw the whole rainbow, but the thing is, it's only the bridge wasn't in the clouds, and the rainbow's almost finished. So these people don't realise that this is just above your heads.
Oh, and it's very close. All the stuff up there. It's have you seen I forgot the guy's name now. The guy that's showing how close everything is in the sky.
Enslaved by No Media.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome channel. Or whatever's being projected up there, or whatever's up there, is a lot closer than what we think. Plus, I don't know. Have you noticed how low the sky ceiling has become over the past couple of years?
Well, I was a bit horrified on a plane trip myself. Yeah, that basically you can see just how low those clouds really are. But they've made us think the clouds are way up there in the sky, but they're not. They're just above your head. And if you watch Stan Smith, he puts a camera on his roof, and it almost feels like you're in the clouds, just on his roof.
I've never. Let me pause this real quick. I've never seen the channel before. Yeah, everything is like I have a 9-story building across the street from me. Here, the clouds would never even be close to it, and now they scrape the top of that building. But it seems normal now to everybody because it's been that way forever, and so I guess it'll stay that way. I don't know. I don't see it going back up.
I had this feeling that they're trying to bring the clouds down. I mean, if we lived in a smog, we'd all die, wouldn't we? The sun wouldn't be able to get through. What would we be living in if there was a smog everywhere? But basically, we're in the clouds.
I've thought about it 1,000 different ways. I don't know what they're doing. I've seen stuff up there that look like buildings. I've seen land. That sounds insane. But I mean, I've seen this with my own eyes more than once. A purplish pink.
Sometimes there's high cloud. There are high clouds sometimes. I can see clouds, and I can see clouds on top of those, and I can see clouds on top of those. But generally, the clouds aren't very far above your head.
Yeah, typically they're supposed to be. But then I don't know. It's those black drones too that he was talking about, and those and the birds, which are the same thing. I don't know if anybody has seen the platforms that are up in the sky. These birds are landing on top of the clouds, and I have a real good video that I was actually able to take with my drone, and I caught it by accident. I took it up into the clouds, and just as I peeked to the very top, to where I could see over the clouds, there is one of those little black drones, and he's literally skiing or skating, whatever you want to call it, surfing across the top of the clouds like it's a flat surface towards my drone, and then he just drops straight down. And then when he does, there might have been about, I think, 3 or 4 others drop down from the cloud at the exact same moment to the cloud. But to watch it ski across the top of the cloud was something else. I don't know what it looks like, an alien when it's doing that, because I don't know what else rides the clouds like that.
Unidentified object. But the thing is that some people like when I put stuff out, like, don't be stupid, it's a bird. But the thing is, people don't understand. You've had to slow it down nearly 100%, and it's still going really fast.
Well, the one on top of the clouds, it's actually, I mean, it's in regular speed, and it's still hauling tail, but not a bird. I mean, the way it's attached. Matter of fact, it's riding on the side of the cloud, but it's riding flat on the cloud. So I mean, there's no bird. There's no, but you'll still hear it. Still hear it's a bird or it's a plane or it's a helicopter or whatever. But I'm not trying to convince anybody. I'm just showing people what I got. But
something else I thought of, because I was watching a few flights. I actually wanted to pick up, because when I flew from Denmark, England came up on its side. We were flying south, and then Norwich, the sort of back end of, the round bit of England. That's what I saw. I didn't see the rest of England. I just saw that. Anyway, I came across on this pilot, and he was landing, and he had to go through the clouds. And I was thinking, doesn't anybody realise they're blind in those clouds? Sometimes it takes a few minutes to get through them. Like, how can you be moving?
I tried to get some footage through the clouds the other day, and I probably went up 2,000 feet, and I still couldn't get to the top of them. And they're pretty low at the time, so I mean, I don't know how thick it actually is. There's some weird stuff going on up in the clouds.
And do you know something? I'm that when you get like to air turbulence, what is that? I know they call it air turbulence, but some of them are absolutely incredible. What happens to the plane and what's going on? I don't know what that is. That's weird.
Are you talking about the turbulence?
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, I mean, that's just the way the wind and the air is crossing the plane and stuff like that. Like, I was in the Air Force for 8 years, and then I also worked for NASA for a couple of years as well. Before that, not a pilot or anything like that, but all that's normal. It does feel weird in the plane. I've been gyrated out of my seat by probably 2 feet. My head's hit the ceiling of the plane before. It's been that bad, but weird that it's up in the air and you're hitting bumpy stuff like that. But it's just the air and the wind, the way the wings are shaped and all that good stuff.
Sometimes, though, it's acting as if the plane is almost being ripped apart.
Say again?
Sometimes it looks like it's being it doesn't look like the plane is falling. It kind of looks like it's being almost wants to be torn apart. It just doesn't happen, but it sort of happens. Like suddenly the plane starts falling apart inside and stuff. But some of these passengers, they're screaming and they get off crying.
Oh yeah. They're built to handle that kind of stuff. I don't see one coming apart, from just once. I don't see that happening. But I mean, everything's possible. But I don't see that happening.
Yeah, but it's not like they get a whoa. Did you feel that drop? The plane is almost as if it's being. It's like something's sort of pulling at it,
right,
rather than it dropping, and you're going, whoa. Did you feel that drop?
They're pretty. I mean, it gets pretty intense. Like I said, it scares the shit out of me when I'm excuse my language, but I don't like that, at all. Is this is the digital part right here? Is that on your screen right now?
Yeah, it's showing that sort of.
Am I looking at something? I might be looking at something else. Sorry.
With the way in front of the trees, the actual thing that's happening there is in front of the trees, or in the trees and around the trees.
In front of the trees?
It's around the trees, isn't it? You can see it. The orange is in front of the trees.
You're looking at something else. Sorry. But yeah. It's. I mean, it is absolutely in front of the tree, and wasn't even it was a sundog. I don't even know how that would be made. I have no clue. I'm sure it might be simple. I never looked into it.
Yeah, I know, but I think it's been really hard for people because it was like 93 million miles away, and actually people are now looking like, is it 9.3 miles away? You just take the noughts off everything.
You're breaking up.
Sorry, I said, like maybe all you need to do is take the noughts off everything. So it's not 93 million miles away. It's 9.3 miles away.
Breaks up every time in the same spot. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was saying that just take the noughts off. So it was 93 million naught, 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 naught. Just take all the noughts off. It's 9.3.
Yeah.
Because that would make sense to why it does go in the black. But if you watch any high altitude balloon footage, the sun comes out of the ground anyway.
Right. Yeah. It's been doing it for a while too. You know, I don't know when all this started, but footage as far back as maybe 12 years ago.
I think when we finish this hangout, I should get your email address and actually email you some of Stan Smith's stuff. I think you'd really like it. And he put his in a virtual reality goggles, and you can see on that the stars and the moon come out of the ground and go into the ground in your perspective.
A flat Earth channel, right?
Well, he's using virtual reality goggles. He just puts all his information in there, and then it makes it just shows it what it is, and it's just completely different. So the video is called "Welcome to the Show." That's what he's called it.
Okay. No, I have to check that. I haven't seen that.
I'll send you a link afterwards. I think you'd really like Stan, and he's looking for people with 360 cameras to do that kind of stuff with people, because that's how you get the footage to go in the virtual reality goggles. You need 360. And I mean, it is amazing. Pardon?
I said I have a pair of goggles.
Do you have a 360 camera?
Oh, I do not have the 360 camera. That's what you were saying that you were breaking up. I do not have a 360 camera.
Yeah. Well, maybe if I send you links and send you his email, he'd be a good person to talk to. I think you'll really like his stuff.
Send you my email address.
I will. We'll do that afterwards. So how long have you been shooting all this stuff then?
You broke up again, but I think
it's so annoying, isn't it? How long have you been shooting this stuff?
I'd say right about about 2 years. I'd say about 2 years now that it's been every single day. I basically, something happened one day, living room, and I have no clue what happened, but something came over me and I could feel like the vibrations off of, including, I mean, like even the air molecules, every single thing around me. And I don't know how to explain it. Vibrations, right? And like maybe 20 minutes, and it was so intense. Like I wish I could feel that way every day, right? Middle of the night, just woke up and that was happening, and just to get some air. And that's the first time I'd seen a UFO in a while. Days since then, every day, I'm gonna say 6 days out of the week, I'm able to see and record some kind of UFO. It might be one, or it might be, it's 6 days a week, and really probably 7 days a week. I just don't really look every single day anymore. It's been that long.
It's really strange. 2016, when I'd woken up, I started noticing that people were capturing that extra disc on the sun. I couldn't see it with my naked eye. I had to keep holding my phone up. I took 4 videos and I captured it. And basically, these orbs go up and this other disc comes out. And I was seeing all these things, and I just thought, no, because I wanted to see it. I wanted it to be what it was sort of, well, you know, when I thought it was 93 million miles away, it was normal, but there was nothing normal anymore. Everything I'm filming has got these anomalies in it. And, you know, like I'm thinking, why can't anybody notice how the moon doesn't come in the same every day, slow, fast, fast, slow, whatever it is, every day it's different. And, you know, how come people aren't noticing how much it's moving through the sky? And then it's rendering outside my house, and then it's disappearing outside my house. And then for a while, I actually thought I saw the 2 moon thing, but I thought, oh, it's just my eyes. It's just my eyes, because I couldn't capture it on a camera. But I could see it all the time, this double moon outside. And yeah, I was like, why isn't anything normal anymore? Nothing's normal anymore. And you think it's only miles away.
It drives me crazy that not everybody can actually see this. I guess they don't want to see it because it's there. You just care to look, once. Like I said, you can't unsee it either. So, and you're gonna notice it every time.
It's like I have this thing with the
simulator, but
I have this thing with the Big Dipper, right? I mean, I know in America, in Arizona, it's really, I've said this before, everybody, it might be a bit boring if someone's heard me say it before, but it's really stretched out in the sky. So when it starts bending into its first bend, they lose it out of their skyline. They don't see it for a while. And then I said, I went to Denmark, which is supposed to be much more north. And yet I had to sort of go down her garden and into a field. And the Big Dipper was over there. It was still quite big, but now it was over there, whereas in my house right now it goes round my house and it doesn't make a circle, it goes round corners. This thing bends round and does all these things, and I'm thinking, why doesn't anybody else notice this? A few people have noticed it in the UK when I've told them, and they've gone and looked at the Big Dipper. In England, they can actually see this thing twisting around. You've got to keep looking every 5 minutes. You've got to monitor, and suddenly you'll see what it's doing. And then it goes right up in the sky, and then it twists around. It's like, well, that's not making a circle. I'm sorry. It's making a square thing and going round. Cameras aren't picking that up. So the cameras are lying. Those star trails can't be true. And it's like, why? And I've seen the moon drag the stars twice. I haven't monitored it since. I need to know when the equinoxes are and have a clear night. On the Tropic of Capricorn and the Tropic of Cancer. I saw the moon move with the stars. I saw it. They were going south, and then suddenly they all started coming north. I saw it. I'm thinking, why hasn't anybody else seen this?
That drives me crazy on a daily basis. I've finally been able to convince my mother, but she's seen it enough times now, stuff like that, especially at night. And I don't really, I can't really see the Big Dipper. I don't really see any stars. Really, I guess early in the morning. But I live in San Antonio, but I live really close to downtown. And
pollution.
But when I first moved here, a couple of years ago, I could see a lot more stars than I do now. So, something else is going on out there too with that. But I couldn't even.
It's not new. It's not new because, you know what, I've seen things before, and some people obviously call me crazy about those. And then one by one, they'd all say, yeah, but this happened to me, or I saw this, so other people saw things as well. And then when I'm 30 miles from Avebury, where all the crop circles, are as well. So there's all that activity and history and stone circles and pyramid and all that there. But I saw one day, the thing is, you can't quite tell how far away it is, but it was above these woods at the back of me. There was this sort of boomerang-shaped contrail, like chemtrail, and it just stayed there. And in the end, I went down to my neighbour and I just said, "Did you see that thing up there on top of the woods?" And they said, "Yeah." And I said, "Did you?" Because you think, "Am I crazy?" And they said, "Yeah, I've seen it before." And I thought, "What? You've seen it before?" And then I've just seen these really weird things, and I've captured really weird things. I've got some footage with this really weird object going extremely fast. You have to slow it down so much that you still almost miss it, and it gives out this vapor, and it's going really fast. It's kind of triangle shaped. I've seen this thing not on the top of the clouds, not moving. We move, and this thing's stuck there and not moving, and it sort of looks like a plane, but it's always black. Whatever they're doing is always very dark colored.
Yeah, for sure. I have they do use some kind of cloaking technology where they're bending the light, and the military's actually had that for several years. So they're starting to put them on tanks to where it's projecting the image from behind them, in front, basically all the way around them. But it's kind of like it's an LCD screen, and there's cameras all the way around the tank or whatever it is. There's behind it.
Again,
they're using that on the aircraft as well.
I went to Silbury Hill, right? And I've said this before, but I haven't said it to Kevin. But we parked the car. You have to walk maybe about a quarter of a mile, maybe a bit less, but you're still a distance. And then you get over a fence, walk through the field, the pyramid's there, and you walk round the pyramid on the edge of the field. We came back, we were all standing at the car, and we went, oh my God. We looked, and the pyramid looked like it took up the whole field and was up against the fence. This thing had now grown 4 or 5 times its size, and we took pictures of it. I've put a little video out, and Enslaved by No Media talks about this. How could it suddenly have grown like that?
That's crazy. I don't know. Yeah, I gotta see that.
Okay, I'll send you that one as well. But, that's what Enslaved by No Media talks about. How come from this distance, the buildings are this big? I drive 5 miles further in, and the buildings are now shrunk, and I can hardly see them.
You know the good one, the one that convinced me is where he takes his camera and he will take a shot of, say, it can be the sun or the moon. Let's just say the moon, and then you zoom in as far as you can on the moon and see how big the moon is in your screen. And then he's 100 yards stop sign. Zoom in on it. Have the moon actually look closer than the actual stop sign does. Shouldn't be possible unless whatever's above you is actually closer.
Oh yes, I remember those, because what he did was he put the camera on a sign that was a mile away, and then he pointed it up to the sun, and the sun wasn't as far away as the sign.
I think that was the one. Yeah, that must have been the one that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, I remember that. That's what got me interested in him. I've watched loads of his videos.
Oh yeah. I binge watch his stuff.
And the thing is that this sort of about that sundog thing he's got, hasn't he? Sundog upon a sundog upon a sundog. I mean, golly, if we're seeing one part of that, this is why maybe there's one thing, but it actually shines out loads of the things. It's incredible. I just don't know if I can. I don't know. It's weird. The whole thing is just weird.
I wonder how. I think that there's more than one sun or more than one moon up there, because I just don't get how sometimes have the sun there, and then obviously we're getting a little bit of it over here on the East Coast and towards the middle of the country. But I don't know. Sometimes it seems like I'll see that I have video of the sun, these clouds completely all the way around it, lighting up the area I'm in, and there's no way it's lighting up anywhere else.
Yeah, I have the same thing. Yeah, I saw the moon at work. I had to then drive 7 miles to see it again. 7 miles. There it was. It was slightly below me. I was in some hills. So it had gone over those hills, but then it was lower and it was in the valley. I was like the same height as it. I could see it. And I had to drive 7 miles before I saw it. So my theory
more than one.
My theory is that when people don't see the moon in the sky and they say, oh, it's not here, it is there. It's just 7 miles away and you can't see it in your skyline. It's all crazier. It gets crazier and crazier as the days go on.
Did you see China is going to put up, I think it's 3 or 4 moons, small moons. Very soon, actually. So yeah, it was China. I think it was China. But that wasn't that long ago. Maybe about a month ago, they came out and said that they were going to put up that would be able to light up like maybe one good-sized town. Coming out and saying that's just proving that they have the technology to already do it. If they're telling us, that means they've already done it. It's probably phased out, and there's something else they're working on. And they're letting us know, about the old stuff, but
you have heard of those star making places, haven't you? There's one in Germany, there's one in South America. I can't remember their names, but they say they can't get. They've made little documentaries, like a little video at the beginning. They don't seem to be linked to anybody, not that you can see looking at it. It doesn't say NASA on it anyway. And then they're saying that they can only go go so far up, and they're putting stars up there. They're making stars.
Also, besides that, have you seen the and I can send you this link too to this. I forgot the name of the. It's not a telescope, but it looks like how one of the giant telescopes would look with a big dome on it. And what it does is it has these 4 It basically has 4 lasers on it, giant lasers, and they shoot up into the sky at a specific spot, and they're typically the brighter stars in the sky. To stand out, those are supposed to be coming from one of those units on the ground that's projecting it up into the air. It's hitting a kind of molecule or whatever. It's hitting something up there that they're aiming at. I have no clue what they're aiming at, but there's something up that they're aiming at, and it's producing that light. And that's actually old news. I didn't know that till the other day, but that also, because that's real weird. I did not know that even existed. And they're typically right beside the telescopes. And what they do with those is when they point those lasers up there and make that star, it's basically just as a reference point for them to look at other things. So that's what they say. Charged that way as well.
Mm.
I just don't really. I don't know.
Even NASA's footage will show you that, you know, on half of the footage that the stars are coming out of the ground. And if that's happening, they can't be very far away then, can they? Honestly, it's rubbish anyway. It's not real, any of it. It's just such rubbish.
Hello?
Just saying it's rubbish. NASA's rubbish.
Are you breaking up? But yeah, NASA some rubbish. I used to work for NASA, and I don't believe a single thing that comes from them. I mean, it is just a money grab, and that's all it's ever been. That's all it's ever going to be.
So what did you used to do for them then?
This was probably 12 years ago at this point. That's it. I wasn't an astronaut, obviously, or anything like that, but I worked for the Air Force. I actually did satellite communications and that kind of stuff.
Do you see all that differently now?
Oh, what's that?
Do you see it all differently now?
I've always kind of thought that way. I've never thought really highly of NASA. When I was little, I did. Because I thought anything good about NASA. Too much of a money grab, and especially knowing, you know, I forgot which exploded, but all those people that are still alive, I mean, there's no denying that when you can see the people that they're identical twins. There's an excuse to say, oh, they did have twins, but the weird thing is that why didn't any one of those people show up to any of those other of their siblings' funerals and say anything? Not a single one of them did. Well, that's because that's them. So I mean, I don't know how they're still even. I don't know how they're not disbanded. I don't know how they're still open. I don't know how they get away with it, but they do. I have no clue how they get away with it.
Especially as there are enough channels on here showing the lies, showing the harnesses. I've got one with post-astral material, you know, like it's just, and then, you know, the pictures that no one realizes, those time-lapse photographs, the rocket goes up and comes down and they don't get it still.
Yeah, Andrew's got some good footage of that too. Yeah, there's he told me he went to a SpaceX launch not that long ago. I remember a year ago, and the rocket on the platform on the TV, and he's looking at the platform, and there's nothing on the platform. So it's obviously fake. That I would, you know, trust my life with this. He would not be making this up, and I could just tell by his voice. I mean, he couldn't believe what was going on. SpaceX is another story too. I don't know how they're not already disbanded. That their stuff is obviously CGI and fake, and you know you can't physically turn back. You cannot physically guide that thing back down without any wings on it. It's just not possible. They've also showed when they come back down, it's literally just an image reversed. But I've seen birds traveling backwards on the way back down, so it shows you that it's actually just being played in reverse. Yeah, definitely another money grab.
I just don't get it either. I don't get it because, you know, like, it's just, but again, we've even had, I've mentioned this before, we've had the news bit with the hurricane when they're lying and pretending the water's deeper or the wind was stronger. And then I actually came across one that was nothing, you know, wasn't through a flat earth thing where they've got these two people, and they're saying that there's a satellite link up, and then what it is you see that this red lorry goes past one and the red lorry goes past the other. They're in the same car park, so they're prepared. If you can find these things out, you just imagine what they're lying about. Just imagine.
I was a satellite maintainer, and the actual the way they taught us and everything, like I would have to know how the thing works from the start point to the end user. I need to know how it works. So if something goes wrong with it, I need to know where to go. So this kind of works with the flat Earth thing, and this is actually what got me started. Questioning at least the flat Earth thing, which actually that's really what got me going on everything else. But satellite signal goes up. It uses a lot of power to get that up there, and the reason being is obviously it's got to go a long ways, supposedly. But the main reason is because when it actually gets to the very end of our atmosphere, about, I don't quote me on the numbers, but I think it's about 70% of it, in the directions, except for the towards the satellite, it gets deflected, refracted, all that good stuff. It goes flying everywhere, and only a small portion of it gets to the actual satellite. And then it's amplified and shot back down. And I was always told that the atmosphere, the higher you go up, the thinner it is. And when you get to the very, very top, it all of a sudden, decides that it's hitting something, obviously, for that to happen. It has to hit something. That made me question. I was like, well, what's it, what is it hitting? It's just air up there. And, I never got an answer to it, but so there's something up there.
Well, can I say something else as well? I mean, it may not be correct, but I love Martin Leakey, and he's been doing masses of research and realizing that old photographs with all those emblems, I can't say the word now, I'm not very good at saying the words lately, you know what I mean, guys, they all mean things, and most of them are electromagnetics. And he's saying, look, we can only go 8 miles down, we can only go 8 miles up.
I believe that.
So we live in a very small corridor, don't we, of life?
Satellites up there. And I'm telling you that as a satellite maintainer for the U.S. Air Force. There's not satellites like what you think. First off, if you just look at that they make the metals that they make they make them out of, it to include the solar panels and everything else, temperature of the atmosphere and the temperature of space, there's about thousands of degrees difference what it should be able to handle. It's well beyond the threshold. So basically any of that metal that's on that satellite, immediately, of it being up there, and they're saying it's not, and they're saying it's communication, this and that, it's not possible. It's just not possible. They've melted up there. They say they're up there for years at a time and blah, blah, blah. No, they're not. It's just not possible.
Anyway, we've all seen when the rockets go up and it gets red hot at the back, and then you can see that this red hotness is spreading, and you're thinking, they'd never be able to survive in that. Well, I've watched so many rocket things. At the moment they're telling you it's going out of our atmosphere, basically the thing is just blown up and a ball comes out. That's it. That's what happens. It blows up and a ball comes out, and they're saying that's it going out of Earth's atmosphere.
Yeah, and they always cut cameras right at the key moments. Like, come on, you got to be kidding me. Yeah. A good channel you should check out is UAP. He does some pretty. It's pretty funny too, but good NASA videos showing the astronauts aren't on the shuttle, how they would actually get away from it. Because they show them walking on the shuttle, blah blah blah. Walkway, when they go to the shuttle, there's a walkway tower, and on that walkway there's actually a where your waist would be down to your feet. It's kind of like I guess like a sign or something. It runs that whole length of that walkway. He kind of jokingly said it, but it kind of made sense that they're going up there to the rocket or to the shuttle, and they're literally crawling back Because if they crawled, you wouldn't see them if they ducked down. They're crawling back right there, right in front of everybody, but you just can't see them. Wouldn't get on a rocket either. Could you imagine getting on a rocket and sitting on top of one of those things? Like, there's no way.
They're such liars. You know, when they're sitting there and they're bobbling and the cat or the animal's wobbling around, I know it might be swinging a bit. It would be so much G-force. I don't think the camera would be able to pick up who was in front of them. It'd be whoosh. It'd be like being in Star Trek.
Only an iPad in front of him. Like, there's no way you'd be holding that iPad up in front of you if you're going that fast. You're barely even at that point, let alone be strong enough to hold that up in front of you.
I think it'd probably kill you, wouldn't it? To be honest.
And yeah, it'd be smashed right into your face.
The thing is, though, is really, I made a video about this because when I saw that paused astronaut, you know, when you're looking into this, you always want that extra bit of proof, and half the time you see it on someone else's channel. But this one, I was doing my own, and I was thinking, a paused astronaut. And then I just thought, why would they want to make us all believe in something that's not real? It's fake. It's a fake reality. And yet millions of people believe it. What is that? It takes your freedom away because it's making you believe something else is happening. But it's not just space they're doing it with. It's with everything. Education, medication, you just name it. Politics. The moon, the sun, everything.
There's something you think, yeah, if you think there's one thing that is actually the only thing left that's real, I guarantee if you look into it, it is absolutely not real.
History.
Yeah, especially history.
They can't even admit yet, well, it's on the pyramid of the world, but they can't even admit yet that Silbury Hill down the road here is a pyramid, and it's not the only one.
I didn't know about that, yeah.
What it is we had Marie Wheatley, who's into all this. She's saying that there are other mounds that look very like Silbury Hill in other parts of this country. There's also the little step pyramids everywhere. And at the moment, no one here knows there's a pyramid here, but you can find it on the internet. Isn't that crazy?
I'd never know. I've actually lived in England before. I mean, I was real little. I wouldn't remember, but there aren't any pyramids there.
Well, you know the one when I was telling you that it expanded and we were standing at the car park? That's got the pyramid in it, so you can see it. Because I'm going to send it to you afterwards.
How tall is it usually?
Pardon?
How tall is it usually?
Well, what I'm trying to say is that if we were walking it, when we were walking it, we had to go from the car. I don't even know if we really thought we saw the pyramid at the car park because we weren't looking like that. So we walked down, we're talking to each other. We get to the fence. There's the pyramid. Anyway, we're looking at the pyramid. There's a video of us looking at the pyramid. Then we have to get over a fence and walk so many meters because this pyramid is on the sort of further part of the field, which you can just walk round the back of it when the field ends. There it is. We've got to walk to it. Take us 5-10 minutes to walk through the field to go round it. Then we get back to the car park and we're looking at each other and talking, and then suddenly it was like, look at the size of the pyramid. The pyramid is big, but when we got back to the car park, it looked like it had filled up the whole field and was now 4 times the size it was than when we were standing at the fence. Sorry?
I said that is very weird. That might have been one of the weirdest things I've ever seen if I'd seen that.
But I say Enslaved by No Media talks about it all the time, doesn't he?
I mean, that's exactly what he talks about. But I mean, I got to see that video because yeah, I've never seen anything on the ground go like that. You know, in the air, things are played. But on the ground, I've never seen that before. But the distance.
After the hangout, I'll make sure I've got your email and I'll email you them.
Yeah, for sure.
But the thing is, like, why is it some of us can see all this stuff and others don't see it or care or the whole thing? What is it?
No, if you don't if you don't think it's possible, you're never gonna see it as being possible. I don't know how else to explain that. I mean, it's more literal than you you make up your own reality as you walk around, and you put your eyes on whatever, because one person can't, like you said, one person will see, and that's just because they allow it to be true. I don't know how else to put that. I don't know, because it's definitely there. I know what I'm seeing is definitely there. Well, that have an open mind. If your mind's not open to it, you'll never see it.
Well, in one way, nothing's changed. And in another way, everything's changed. And then I thought, all this was going on and I never noticed it. Like one of my first hangouts I ever had on YouTube, we were sort of doing a moon watch and the moon wasn't there. And I rang someone up and they said, I can just see the moon. So I rang back the other person and I said, okay, he says he can see it. I looked out my window and there it was, but it wasn't there.
Crazy. Yeah, I mean, I've completely believed you last night, or this morning, matter of fact, probably about 4 a.m. I was looking at Venus, and I know exactly where it was supposed to be because the night before it was extremely bright. And I ran in, got the camera, came back outside, and there it was, and as bright as ever. A good 80 degrees in the air. I came out of nowhere.
It must be going through this bubble thing that Enslaved by No Media says. It's just the way it's hitting the bubble thing. Maybe that's when it looks like it changes direction, because usually I can see whether it's north or south when I see it, because sometimes it's too south, I don't see it, or it's earlier in the day or whatever. But when I see it, it goes on the same track. It just goes on this track past my house. But maybe that's part of this. Maybe it's on a bigger bubble. And it's just like, and that's when it disappears, is when it goes into another part of the bubble. I don't know. I just find the whole thing crazy.
The track thing, I know a lot of people probably find that hard to believe, but if you actually, it's to hop onto Google Earth, go to any random spot, doesn't even matter. And if you look up into the air, because that camera is constantly taking pictures, right? That's the best place to go look for that kind of stuff. Travel around, I guarantee within 10 minutes you'll see stuff in the sky that you did not know was up there. Tasmania. If you go to Tasmania and look in the air, I've probably seen the entire track system there. Just by randomly walking through that they have on there. But that's a good way to do that. If you want to actually look at it and not have to do much work, and you can go look at it right now even. Google Earth and just look in the sky rather than the ground. You'll see what you're looking for.
So just asking, how did you get into all this then? What was it for you that suddenly you just thought, hey, there's definitely something wrong here?
And you broke up. How did I get what?
How did you get into the flat earth thing? And what was it that made you wake up? When did you wake up?
Really, it had a lot to do with that satellite thing when I just questioning why is that signal hitting something up there. Actually, that was the very beginning, because that made me start to question things, because before that everything was the way it used to be, thing was the way it's supposed to be, blah blah blah, when all that's a lie. Question it, and then to get into the flat earth, I don't know, something random, some conspiracy thing on YouTube, because that really got me started into that. I never was a conspiracy person at all. Never I'm still not an end of days type person. Thinking it's going to be the end of the world, but questioning pretty much or not even everything. I'll say I thought everything. But as you keep going on and you start finding out things are not what they seem to be, that rabbit hole never ends, and it just goes on forever. That's got me to where I am today. But I mean, it's got to the point now, like I said, I guarantee, within the next 24 hours and see some kind of UFO type thing. Yeah, they're not coming from other planets. They're just not coming from other planets. It's technology that we have, and I'm not gonna tell you that for a fact. It's not all of ours, as far as, I don't know where it first originated, but it didn't originate with us, but it also didn't come from another planet. And that's after doing a lot of research. I'm telling you right now, it's like every day. It's not coming from another planet.
I've seen enough of my own stuff to know. I've seen enough of my own stuff. And this as well, I've seen this, but I just couldn't get my camera out quick enough and it was too dark when I tried to take pictures. But have you seen those things that look like aeroplanes, but they are looking quite like aeroplanes, but it's like they're flying on their side. So the wings are top and bottom and it's got a big tail, the big sort of tail thing on it. And it looks like,
yeah, those are very strange.
it's like it's flying sideways, but it's meant to be that shape. You know, if you draw a plane, you put its wings up,
every night.
and the thing is flying like that way. It's like
I gotta send you some video. I have hours of video of those things. They fly. They literally every single night in my backyard. I will see about 20 of those.
really. So you know what I'm talking about.
Looks like it looks like they're flying. They're not. They're like offset to the left. I guess to my view, anyways, to the left, and it looks like it's flying sideways. I see those every single day out here.
Yeah, is anybody in the chat room seen those? Like an aeroplane, sort of flying sideways. The wings are a little bit different, but if you had to say what it looked like, it looks like a plane flying sideways. But it's supposed to be like that.
Oh, till night. They don't never come out in the daytime ever.
No, I saw it at night, and then like, it was too dark for me. It was just so blurry, no one would know what it was. I was so annoyed.
Hey, I'm gonna go to my page real quick and look at something. I'm gonna tell you where you can go find one of those. And that's what you're talking about what I see every day.
Yeah, it's crazy. But they're not coming from outer space.
They're not. I mean, I thought for the longest. I mean, I've been like a little alien thing on my but they're not coming from another planet.
Do you know the one thing I thought was originally when I thought they were more alien, you know, out there? That's because that's what, you know, they're out from outer space. I thought that maybe they were slowing down a little bit. And when they slowed down, just even if it was by accident, whatever, we could see them. But that's not true anymore. It's like
it's not. I actually have those things that you're talking about still, and they'll sit there and they'll sit still for 20 minutes at a time, and then they'll carry on doing what they're doing. But the ones that I see every night, they follow the exact same path, and they do not deviate by an inch. They are all right behind each other in a straight line. It's every night, but it happens. It starts right at as soon as the sun is down and it's dark out. They come out, and then they've
always been there.
They fly all night.
You don't think they've always been there, and because they keep spraying this stuff in the sky, we just
and honestly, I live in between 3 Air Force bases, base headquarters, and NASA has a research and development department that just moved here. Positive, it's one of those groups, or if not all of them. I'm positive about that. I actually talked to somebody in Canada, and she sees them up there a lot too. So they're all over the place, but doing anything. But it really makes me think that they're up there doing something with what we're seeing in the sky as far as stars and the clouds. They have something to do with that. I don't know what to do with that.
I want to see that triangle one. I've seen the triangle one, and I didn't see it. What it was is I went to take a picture of the moon, but again, it's never very good with your phone. And I went with my neighbor, and she was going, come on. So I just went click, click. When I got home, I looked at the picture. I thought, what the hell's that? And you can see, like, it's got 3 like lights which look like a triangle, but there's always an extra one that's swinging around. And then for me going click, click, you can see how far it's moved through the sky. And when you zoom in as far as you can see it's an object.
Have you ever noticed too that they have the ability to blur your camera somehow?
I didn't hear it. Whatever it was, I didn't hear it because I didn't see it and hear it. Nothing. It's just it was on my pictures. And that's how the video happened with the thing flying really fast. I didn't see it, but it's on my video. It's happened quite a few times. I'm not actually, no one's filming it on purpose. It just happens to then appear on their picture.
Oh, that's weird. That's kind of weird. Yeah, I'm doing all mine on purpose. I've never caught one like that.
You know, like there was this anomaly at the end of this plane wing of my friend. He was going to Canada. She's not a flat earther and she wasn't looking for that. It's just I went, what's that in her pictures? And I noticed that it was in different positions in the picture. So it wasn't on the glass. You know, 1 minute it's there under the engine and then it's at the side of the wing. And the thing is, when I zoom in, it's just this matrix of things. It's something there. There's a thing in the sky. So in a sense, that's why I understand what Andrew's going on about. And then my son was coming home from Italy and just one of these pictures picked these really weird objects outside the window and you could see the sun is reflecting on them. And it's like, so those things were flying past his plane and he actually just caught it. It's like, I've seen things, you know, on my pictures and that. It's just so there is something happening up there.
If you go to my page, I think this is a pretty close shot of one of those. It's down towards, but it's called Huge UFO Creeps by Downtown. Right over me, really low. I think those are what you're talking about.
Hang on, I gotta find you on your channel.
It's down. It was actually let's see if you can see that on your.
I haven't got there yet.
I mean, I've got a lot. Those were the first things I started seeing, and I didn't know what they were. They're still weird because they look like they're flying sideways.
Yeah, it's a bit weird to explain to someone unless they've seen them. I was just wondering, anybody in the chat room, do you know what we're going on about?
People think they're helicopters. They don't make any sound.
Oh, I'm not finding your channel quick enough.
Yeah, because there's a lot of random. It's JONNY5 and then space 5.
Yeah. I might just look at it afterwards because we're on a hangout, and I might spend ages looking for your. But I believe you because I've seen it, and I was like, what the flat? Like, God, does anybody else see this thing? The thing is, I don't remember it making any noise either.
On a daily basis.
Well, I don't remember it making any noise either, but I know also that a lot of pilots around here talk about that triangle thing that they see.
I've caught a lot of triangles as well. You can't see it with your naked eye, but I had a filter on my camera at the time, black and white filter. I forgot what else it did, but anyhow, it's caught a couple of them, and they fly they're in the clouds, but they don't break the bottom of them. But the bottom of the craft can be seen going through the clouds because of the 3 dots, the 3 lights. Pretty cool, but it was pretty I mean, you got stuff around you at all times that you can't see, and that's just weird.
I know, unless you've captured some of these things, they're in the. I'm sure the chat room, there's people watching, so they don't think we're crazy. But when you tell other people, they think, are they crazy or something? I know I've seen these things. I didn't mean to.
Exactly, it can be a difficult life to live sometimes, but I mean, it's what can you do? You can't. It's to you, it's the truth. To me, it's the truth. So it doesn't. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, and the crazy one in the end, I don't know if you're not seeing it and it's right there. It kind of makes me think you're crazy,
I was just annoyed that I didn't see it earlier. I didn't see it.
No, that's the weird thing. I don't know.
But the thing is, when I believed the sun was 93 million miles away, it looked. I was thinking 93 million. Like it just looks so over there. And now I look at it and I think you're just there. You're just right above my. So it doesn't look. I don't know how I ever thought it was when you wake up, but in your mind you're going.
I think. My personal opinion. I think I never think it used to be 93 million miles away, but I do think there was something there before this little simulator or whatever it is. I don't know when they switched it out. I don't know how they switched it out. I definitely know that there is some sort of simulator. and switched it. You know, there's patents all the way back to the 60s, but I actually in the Air Force had an opportunity to work on something that had to do with, but yeah, for sure, for a fact, that it's technology. It's not an actual sun, for a fact. 100% that's what that is.
Or maybe all along what it was is it was always what you see or what we're trying to understand it is now. It's just that we were told it was some roaring ball of nuclear and whatever it was, and just it was so far away and we're a speck of dust, and it's the complete opposite.
Yeah, it's do that too. I mean, it's not just about money. It's obviously about something else too. But I don't know. There's. Can you imagine if you knew everything that is true now? If you'd imagine that your whole life, things would be a lot different right now. In what way, I don't know, but it would be different.
Well, we've sort of talked about this before. It might not be right now. It really is, well, the revolution. But, the more people that wake up, and then the more and the more and the more and the more, and hopefully it's going to happen soonish. But because, wow.
And there's something going on. There's a lot more people awake now than there used to be, if that's what you want to call it, awake. But I don't even think I'm awake at this point, because every single day I learn something new. Something else has changed. Something else is different than what I used to believe. What I'm on anymore at this point.
I kind of agree with you, really. Like I didn't mean to see the Big Dipper do what it did in my perspective, It's kind of going round. It's going around corners. It's not going round in a circle. It has to bend. So this thing kind of goes, I'm slightly off center here, but we'll just take it that it's going south to north, and it turns round, and then it goes from west to east, and it turns around again, then it goes north to south, and then it turns around again, and it goes east to west. And it does it twice a day. It's doing it twice a day, because I've looked on my app. So it goes round, and then you're picking it up at night time, going round again. A round.
It'll show you.
Pardon?
You are or in the right direction.
Sorry, can you just say that again?
I said on your app, you can actually see it going square, or you see it going in the right direction.
I watched it for night after night after night.
Right. But I mean, when you checked it on the app, was it showing you the same thing as what was going on in the sky, or what?
Oh yeah, in the day, because I never thought about it going round in the daytime. I just assumed it was going round at night. So on the app, it's showing it go round in the daytime, because obviously we can't see it in the daytime.
I never thought about that either.
So it actually, all the stars are going round twice a day. Every sort of 12 hours, every sort of 12 hours, it might be slightly different. It might be every 11 and a quarter hours, whatever it is, they're going round twice. That's what the app's showing in the daytime. They're all going round again.
It makes 2 laps rather than 1?
Yeah. Just take it like you're cutting it in half here for 12 hours, whatever it is. It's kind of it's going around twice. If you see it at night time, look on the daytime, it'll be there again. Well, actually, I couldn't say they all did that, but I know the Big Dipper and other stars, I can see them on the app.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's all of them do it, but you can see on the app that there's other ones there doing it. I wasn't looking for that. I was just like, wow, it's above my head an hour, and it's like whatever it was time in the day.
So are you saying, I guess I'm misunderstanding, you're seeing it every 12 hours, or are you seeing it every 24 hours?
Like 24 hours, but on the app.
But right, so on the app, is it day, or is it just that one time, and then 24 hours from then you're going to see it again?
what I'm saying is, on my app in the daytime, at least some of them are going round again, and at night time they're going round again. Obviously, they're going round, so it's twice. It's like a 12-hour thing, not a 24-hour thing.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's all crazy. I don't profess to be someone like Dave Marsh, who we had on last night. He's a really intelligent, lovely guy. But I've done quite a lot of research. I've looked into things. I can't do it all. You can't do it all. You can't do it all, so you just can't. You've got to pick your bit. What's the bit you like the best then? You've got into this now.
Platter stuff?
Yeah, like, I think Boogie Man likes the moon, doesn't he? He likes nighttime more than daytime.
I'm more stuff at night. Like I went out.
Yeah.
And love that. That's more. It's just because that's kind of where I live out here.
Oh, you're just breaking up a little bit.
Okay, no, I said I for myself, I live as far as Texas and a little bit more from where a lot more. It's pretty.
Oh, I'm really sorry. He did it again. You went all a bit Dalek-y like.
Hang on, let me move this.
It's just the way it goes sometimes, isn't it? Just.
It's probably my stuff.
Do you want to try saying that again?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Breaking up a little bit. Have a go.
Okay. One more time. Personally, and that's pretty much what I like more than anything out of all this stuff. And as far as there's 3 military research and development. I forgot. So went on out here in this town, in this area.
You're breaking up a bit there. It didn't really come through very well. We missed half your words. Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Oh no, we haven't lost him, have we? Kevin!
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. On my side too.
Do you want to try saying that again?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay then. Can you just explain what you said again?
I can't hear what you're asking me.
Say again what you said.
I'm sorry.
I know this is what was happening to me. It just completely cut out. Say again what you said.
Okay, I think you said say what you want to say again, but yeah. Personally, I like recording all the stuff I see out here at night, and that's I'm more into that than I am anything else. I spend up at night, and if I'm not doing anything, then I'm probably outside recording this guy, something out there. All the stuff that we have out here, like I said, research and development, 3 Air Force bases, division, and CIA, NSA headquarters. All that is literally in my town going on. And like I said, I don't think that anything comes from another planet. It's all coming from somebody down here, and with those people, one of those groups, if not more than one, is playing a big part of that. for me to be experiencing this right now, I just live in the perfect spot for that kind of thing.
Yeah, they obviously did it on purpose, like go to space and we're going to the moon and we're going to Mars, when actually everything's happening above their heads.
I can't hear you.
Oh, sometimes what it is if you talk for a couple of seconds, then eventually then it picks up and then you can hear what I say. I was saying they've got us going to space, so we're going to the moon and Mars and on and on and on, when actually everything's just happening above your heads.
On your head or in a TV studio, one or the other.
Yeah. Can I just say that we've been going nearly 2 hours. If we're struggling a little bit here, we can always finish now, but come back another day and carry on talking. What do you say to that?
Yeah, for sure. I get a better connection. I got a lot of other stuff to show you. A lot about stuff here. If Andrew was here, I could probably show you a lot more. You can check it out on my channel, but I'll definitely bring it back here. I have a couple videos I'm working on right now that are for sure. They're a lot like the one that showed the aircraft turning into the moon, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm going to look at that one. Don't you worry. I'm going to check that one out because I know what I saw.
Yeah,
the link to JONNY5's channel is in this description of this hangout. Boogie Man's probably not coming back now, but anyway, thank you very much, Boogie Man. Our Patricia listening in. Thank you so much, chat room, and Renee, and also thank you very much, Kevin. And we will say goodbye off air, okay? Because we've got to pass our email addresses. But goodbye, good night. See you tomorrow, everybody. We got tomorrow. Authentic Intent tomorrow. So anyway, thank you so much, and it's been a great hangout. Thank you, Kevin, and we'll say goodbye off air. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.